would do that to you.
It is the first thing, and it's the only thing. It's always Chef Boyardee.
So
He's the most famous. He's the most famous unknown assassin.
I'm gonna do a chase
Oh shit!
in our mechs with Leonetta, and I'm the quarry.
What?
Awesome! I'm so glad you picked
You're
this.
being chased.
Yes, I'm the rebel. I'm the prototype, and you can see that I'm the prototype. So, I get to ask you how we come into this situation, but I think some of the specifics are obvious. But what is the situation that finds you in your mech, and then you chasing me?
We have an ambush planned for you. In the Solar Union, as well as House Dragonetti. However, intelligence has just recently came in that they spotted you moving somewhere. Someone gave you up, maybe? Without time to talk to the Solar Union about this, I decided to crush you guys once and for all. So I move in.
All right.
We catch you.
Yeah.
We catch you in the wilderness somewhere.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I throw it back at you about where in the wilderness, where in the wilds? Maybe the forest place again? Maybe somewhere around that kind of area?
It's like
not particularly that same spot, but like pine forest or something like that.
I'm gonna say that there's this whole like undeveloped continent on Bantris, right?
Sounds fucking awesome. Totally all about it.
And there's all these dotted construction projects, and they're looking for crystal
Banterfil, yeah.
Banterfil. And like it's also like the best place for rebel stuff. And we are just like our entire MO has been anytime a functioning mobile suit comes into this area, like sooner or later we move in to like capture it. And your guys have literally no idea how many mobile suits that we've acquired this way. So It's starting to become a worry, right? Which means that you've got like spy satellites looking at the area, and you're the first one to see like the picture of me walking like in a break in the trees. My mech is, and it's this is my chance. He's clearly not with his unit.
Yeah. So where are you going? That's the first setup.
Right. So the quarry conducts a chase and first say where I'm going, and I lead the hunter through a series of challenges and missions. So, I think that question comes not when you intercept me, but once the chase starts, actually. So why don't you narrate, since you're engaging, why don't you like narrate how you like show up? What is the, WWE, entrance for.
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah, it says the quarry.
This was my idea. My idea is that I actually need you to answer what were you doing on this continent at this time. I need you to answer that question because that plays into the scene that I want to do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just make something up.
Going first.
Yeah. I was gonna make something up for you if you need it, but like you need to answer that question first because that.
I thought that
changes what
I thought that comes after the engagement, and I say where I'm running to.
It says on the list, first say where you're going.
Yeah, no, we just finished the setup, dude. We're in the next part. We're under conducting the chase.
So
you conduct the chase. You say where you're going.
Okay, so I'm heading back to one of our rebel bases. It was a situation where we just knocked over some mobile suits, and the mobile suits needed to be they were slower than me. I'm heading back to base. So I'm not with the rest of the rebels is the point. Like
Perfect.
I'm caught out in the open.
Perfect. Okay, so that's what we see. So this is actually, I think this is how it starts, right? This is like if this is the TV show or whatever.
Yeah.
We just start with a placid forest, right? It's very quiet, hardly any animals or whatever, and then we just see your mech just like blaze through it, like a full blast, right? and then and we see it from the perspective of your cockpit, where like trees are like branches are like hitting it and like breaking it as you're flying through, and then it we hear in the audio, we hear my voice being like, sensors detected the rebel movement on this thing. There was no time to act to the Solar Union. We must strike now. And then as we see you fly through, and then all of a sudden you see two laser beams kind of crisscross each other, just narrowly missing you as you veer away or boost over it or
yeah, it's I get the warning just in time to veer. Actually, what happens is and this immediately you're like, what? I've never seen a mobile suit do that. The two laser beams come to hit me, and I fucking cartwheel out of the way. It's the hands are literally gymnastic aerobatics and hero land.
Yeah,
elsewhere.
You do the jump. You do have the fucking Tony Stark pulse fucking things, as okay, cool. Yeah, as the fucking dragon launcher. Then we see behind you as screeching through the atmosphere. We see the dual-headed dragon mech of Leonetta firing these beams. So
I want to take a second to describe the prototype and why it is so interesting. The prototype.
Then pick a challenge, but yeah.
Right. This is the stare down scene, right, where you're full on flying, right, because your mech can do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm kneeling, staring up at you. And we get the description of both mechs. The prototype, it can do all this amazing close combat stuff and acrobatic stuff because it's super lean. It's almost skeletal. It has a torso and a backpack for munitions and stuff. But its arms are very circular and not very heavily armored. It's not a heavily armored mech. It's incredibly lightweight. It's probably made out of space carbon fiber.
Okay.
And you even notice that when he does the backflip and lands, the crater that is left is nowhere near as big as a mech landing like that should make. It's a very low mass.
We have the fucking cut to my eyes, and it's just whoa, this is something we've never seen before.
His mech almost didn't make a scratch in that dirt. It's so low mass.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I go, this will be fun, and then we cut.
All right, so first challenge. I know this ground well. Follow me if you dare, but throw on tails. You're plunging heedless into danger, and I need not choose any admissions during the chase after all.
Of course I follow you.
Of course you do.
So this roll a D2, heads is, one is heads, two is tails?
Sure.
Does that sound fair? Roll a D2.
You throw.
Oh, I throw. Okay.
You hold your own destiny. Ooh.
You're plunging heedless into danger. I know.
So that means that Wreckage's third challenge does not have to be an admission.
Nope. I know this ground. You're in rebel territory. I'm already I know the sight lines.
Take all the advantages you need. You're still gonna lose.
No, this is very much you're flying overhead and just random missile, random missile, random missile.
Yeah,
but
fucking laser beams.
It's almost perfect. You need a 0.3 second lock on window, and my mech is only ever visible.
Yes. We see it through my visor. We see the fucking red box hit to you for a little bit, and we see the fucking charge up thing, and it never can get to full.
No, it's I know exactly where the overhead trees are. I know the whole layout of the forest.
Exactly, through the canopy, right? I can never get the fucking lock on, so I have to I'm fuck, I've switched to manual. And then I try and it's always I'm missing.
And there's those Star Fox 64 perfect circular explosions that are in the forest
Yeah. All right, continue.
All right, let me see here, because now we've set up such a great scene. It's got to be a perfect. Okay. I lead a dizzying course through switchback and blind. Follow me if you want, but throw on tails. You're lost and won't be able to find your own way back.
Yeah, gotta fucking do it. How much have you lost on a coin toss?
We just want...
Fuck!
So it's like,
It's almost like it's a 50% chance.
so the forest turns into like
That's
rocky
a
canyon.
25% chance of getting double tails.
So
That's true.
the forest turns into rocky crag and like splintered peak. And as you fly in to follow me, I'm still finding like perfect rock coverage, but like your super sophisticated GPS can't get signal out of here.
Yeah.
So like you're going to be lost in the mountain. Like you don't even notice, like we've already taken 2 or 3 turns when you look down and see like the little red exclamation point on your
Yeah,
GPS.
but that
Like
doesn't
I
fucking
feel like
matter,
he
though.
does. Like she doesn't actually look down and see it, but
No.
like the audience sees it.
Yeah.
It's like
You can
you're
be
fucking
like,
lost, bro.
"Yes,
I'm-
no
Yeah, it's like
loss.
nav
GPS,
systems
no
on
loss."
offline. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I'm a bloodhound and you are my prey. Like, I don't care. Right? Like, that's how I feel right now. I'm so, like, tunnel visioned into getting you.
Well, I race along through these perilous rocky crags, and you can follow me if you dare, but throw on tails, you have to slow to pick your way carefully through, and I gain a coin.
All right, how does this actually work, though?
At the end, whoever has more coins
the end
wins.
of 4 challenges, compare coins.
Yeah.
This is challenge number 3.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I usually
okay.
have to make an admission, but I didn't because
Yeah.
I won the first
Okay.
one that doesn't.
And what was this again? You
You have to throw, and if you lose, I gain a coin.
dizzying course.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no, we
basically
just did
heading
that one.
through like the cracks in the mountain. Like you're gonna have to pick through it as opposed to fly over it
Got
if you
it.
lose the coin.
Yeah,
toss.
I mean, fucking. Why? Let's just lose some coin tosses, right?
You got
Oh,
it,
here we
okay.
You
go.
won one.
So I don't gain the coin. Yeah, I imagine what this was if you had lost, you would have had to like stop flying,
Mhm.
but instead you get to like fly over this
No.
like this maze of rock that I went in to try and lose you.
Oh yeah, but you know what it is though. You know why it works, and why you think like you lose me for a minute or whatever. I fucking Kool-Aid Man beam my way through these rocks with my blast as I like charge right through the stuff, catching up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one doesn't work as much because we've already established you flying, but it's how I want the chase to end. So I maybe you're running low on fuel or something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You have to land, and there's like this moment where we're staring each other down.
I just shot through solid rock. I'm sure I'm.
Oh
low
yeah,
energy.
you're like blinking battery light.
Yeah.
Particle storage low.
So like there's like, and this whole time you haven't seen me use thrusters. I haven't flown. I've been
Yeah.
running. And like this whole chase has led us up through the forest, up through the canyon, up through this rocky maze to the edge of like a mountain peak on the other side of the cave system. And I
course.
briefly stand there staring you down, and it's like I do that movie thing where the mech like falls off the cliff edge, and you like look over the edge and you see that like I like fell a little bit and then like pushed myself across, and I land on an opposite like mountain cliff that's lower down. And so I leap out over nothing and make a hard, precarious landing. Follow me if you dare, but throw. On heads, you gain 1 coin. On tails, though, you barely catch yourself. You're clinging on with all your strength, and the chase ends with you at my mercy.
What happens?
Whoa.
What happens if I don't follow you?
You withdraw the chase and he gets away.
Yeah, you withdraw the chase, and I get away.
I withdraw from the chase at this point.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry, what?
All right, so we don't have to choose any of the ending things where you win because you...
No, because
No, but we're still
Yeah.
tied.
Yeah, but the chase ends because you didn't throw.
the chasing ends because you withdraw.
So you had to throw to keep the chase up. That's why
Oh,
it's
okay,
called
that's fair.
challenges.
Got it.
Uh,
Okay.
You have to rise to the challenge. So it's like there's that moment where you're like, and as I leap over the edge, and then you like look over and see that I've made it to safety, and you're like,
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah,
then you turn around.
that
and-
makes 2 of those moments we've had in this game.
Yeah. No,
Well,
it's
and
perfect.
then we get the moment, of course, where it's like there's like a pause, and you're like, I have no idea where I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like shit.
And then we'll cut to another scene.
Yeah. So who wants to do a scene?
Who wants to do a scene indeed?
I don't think that Sci-Fi has framed a scene yet.
I did. I did.
Sword to sword, do you?
Oh, right. That's right. Never mind. Okay, I guess we've all done one then.
Did you?
I don't think Eric has framed a
I
scene.
technically have
I
not
did the
framed a
first.
scene yet.
Oh, that's right, Eric.
Eric has not framed a scene.
Yeah, because I
Swig of beer. All right, kids.
let's see.
Better get real.
You should put me in a scene.
No, I want more romance.
Well,
romance.
that's a sick burn.
I got you.
You could steal time together with someone. That's basically the romance game.
We're doing an animated disagreement, and it's between me and Vi.
Anime disagreement.
Yeah.
So this is why we're
Alright.
doing an animated disagreement.
An animated disagreement. All right. Everyone plays.
Yes, but this is what's interesting about the animated disagreements here. Technically, the disagreement will be between 2 people, and everyone else will be a judge, and they get to ask us these challenges, and then basically award a coin to the person who makes the best point.
Okay.
That's essentially how it works.
So
But we
what
first do
is
the
the
setup.
matter of our disagreement? That's the important part.
Yeah. What is the matter of your disagreement? Where are you holding your discussion, and who else is present?
You had to bail me out after that bad chase, and you
Yeah.
are upset that I would have done this when we had the chance of doing this ambush later.
So is
and
this
Oh, I
had
thought
to
your
defend-
mech is like crashed too. Like you had to limp back through the forest.
and so I have to defend my reasoning, and you are
so
like, right?
is this like afterwards when we're back at like the like mech repair shop and you're like looking at all of the damage, or is this like in the moment, like I make it out there and like you're sitting on your mech that's totally wrecked and
No,
you
this
have,
is
like,
after.
zero fuel left?
No, this
you're
is
back
after.
at the supply depot.
Yeah, we're back at we're you towed me back. This is after AAA showed up and took me out.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Who else is present?
I think it might be us.
Okay.
Maybe some random engineer people doing something.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking.
I mean, I do think there could be an argument for
Stuff.
maybe Adam is like here to launch. I think he could be.
Yeah.
Well, if this is the
That's
sort of,
true, but like
Same
if he was here, would he be participating in the disagreement?
I don't think he would be participating in this agreement. That's the thing. He could be there, but it's.
So what do you notice about each other? Vi is still in her like mech pilot jumpsuit. It's got like various plugins, in whatever places. It's all like one piece, like zip up the back kind of deal. And it's instead of being purple like her mech, it's actually just a really like boring brown color, and it has like Savvy Corp written up the side. Because she's corporate property while she's in the suit. I think that's what you really notice about her.
What you notice about me is that my hair isn't in like a good condition. Like I'm a little frazzled. I got like some like gear marks or like smudge or something on my face as well. Like been sweating. Like I'm not in like the clean, pristine thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like really upset that I.
Yeah. So my position is that you made a reckless decision when we had a plan, and this is going to negatively impact your potential with the Solar Union. Like the higher ups are going to frown on this, and yeah, I'm taking a stand. That's the hard line. You did bad, and you should feel bad.
My position is that it was not a reckless decision. It was the perfect decision given the information that we had. Should have been a surefire thing if only I had more power in my mech. That's the only reason why they got away.
All right.
Let's see. Yeah, how this works is the people who aren't playing the audience conducts the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you will all take
turns.
Yes.
Yeah. We all take turns posing challenges to the position holders. Both position holders must answer each challenge. You decide which goes first or let one of them volunteer. Once both have answered, award a coin to the one who you think gave the best answer. You have to choose. If either position holder goes on too long, you can cut them off and award one coin to their counterpart or ask them to wrap up. They are absolutely not allowed to interrupt or rebut one another, but if either position holder interrupts the other or tries to give a rebuttal when it's not their turn to answer, cut them off and award one coin to their counterpart.
After 3 challenges, they compare coins.
Yeah. And so, yeah, then there's 3 audience members, so it works out. Who wants to go first?
You mean the 3 of you?
Yeah, the 3 of us, between me,
The judges.
Wreckage, and Adam.
Don't all volunteer
Anyone?
at once, guys.
I really like with
Yeah,
our
don't all jump up at once.
I'm gonna put this
All
out
right.
there real quick. Is that I like with these particular challenges with our stated positions. Some of these are definitely leading questions that are going to more heavily favor one person than the other.
Yep.
Please make a personal attack on your counterpart.
Who goes first?
Yeah, who goes first?
Bye.
All right, Kelsa goes first.
I can't believe what you did there. It was reckless and foolhardy. You could have died out there. No one would have even known. And all of the money that Sovicorp has put down for you is completely out the window already. You think you're so good with your pretty hair and your family name that you can just disregard the rules? They're there for a reason. Come on, Leonetta. Get your shit together. Otherwise, you're just going to be a poster girl for someone who died out fighting the resistance.
Is it me now?
I'm done.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to interrupt. Okay.
I'm done.
That's fair. That is fair because when there's a rule that says don't
Yeah.
interrupt, you won't be
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, one of you at any point could be like, I wasn't finished.
Oh, sipping from the beer is the mic drop. That's a very fair way of playing this game. Okay.
No, Kat, no. I can't be serious animu.
Well, you could have finished sipping the beer and then we're like, and another thing.
Like, just try and bait your opponent in.
Yeah.
That's how you metagame.
I made the best military decision you could make in that situation. And even an off-worlder who's never been to Bantris would know and make the same thing that I would do. So don't rub it in my face just because it didn't work out. If you were in my shoes, you would do the exact same thing.
Man.
I'm going to personally, as the person who called that challenge, I felt both of those responses were very low on insult. They were very much just sort of your actual stances in the argument. I think the thing that got closest to an insult was Leonetta, so I'm going to give her the coin there.
It's really hard to try to insult someone who you're really banking on a fucking huge financial deal with.
I mean, I called for it, and both of you didn't. I would award that coin to nobody if I had the power.
Wow.
Yeah, sadly, you have to choose.
Yeah. All right, I got 1 point.
So yeah, next challenge. Adam, why don't you go ahead?
I got one in mind. Please explain how the other position has merit and is worth real consideration.
Lame.
And my dear Miss Dragonetti, you go first.
Of course, there's some truth in the second mouse getting the cheese. That sometimes waiting, that patience is the best weapon a warrior has. That in the heat of the moment, recognizing a surefire thing versus a risky thing, and even though the risky thing may pay off and achieve the same results, recognizing that also that time wasn't necessarily a factor at this moment, and waiting for the sure thing and putting the sure thing at risk now really wasn't the best tactical choice. It may have provided the most glory, but not the best tactical choice if the outcome that you want, aka that person destroyed, is really what you wanted. So is
We
merit.
got the next fan art. It's me. I love it.
It's so awesome.
Thank you, Son.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. You do have a point. If you'd managed to capture him, you would have gotten all the accolades. Your partnership with the Solar Union would have been set in stone. But I worry about you, Leonetta. The risky choice is not always the right choice. Here you survived, but could have gone. No. You're right. In the heat of the moment, I probably would have made the same decision. Going after him, I want to kick him in the teeth so badly. You have no idea.
She's not even role playing when she says that.
All right, I'm done. That was it.
Who gets the coin?
Since I feel like Leonetta admitted her own failure the most, I think she should get the coin.
Ooh. Thanks, son. All right, final challenge then falls to me. Please explain how your position carries the weight of tradition, law, and social order. Kelsey, go first.
Yeah. I know you've not always been one to follow military tradition, but if you're going to be joining with the Solar Union, especially partnering with me here at Savicorp, then you need to remember that we have these rules for a reason. It's specifically detailed out in Mobile Frame Operation Procedure 314.2. If you are opportune to engage with an enemy without backup, you should disengage. This is very important. We can't. Your suit, your life, Leonetta, is not worth that opportunity. Thousands of people have come before you, and thousands of people have died making that same mistake. That's why we have codified it into our military manuals. It's not just simple rules. They have a reason. They have a purpose. Should follow them. All right, that's it.
If the Solar Union's rules were so great, why is the revolution still a threat? The only way Bantresh could be ruled is through the way it's always been ruled. It's through the noble houses, and this is a Bantresh affair. This is not an opportunity for the Solar Union to step in again. This is an opportunity for the noble houses, with the aid of the Solar Union, to re-establish order and proper supply and trade of crystallized Bantrafin. In order to achieve what's best on Bantris, we must follow and solve Bantrin problems with Bantrin methods, and that involves striking while the iron's hot. I'm out of beer.
Good, just go get Suzanne to bring you another one.
Those were both very good answers, gotta say. I think, though, I'm going to give the coin to Kelsa on this one.
Well, it's okay.
Really stressing that law.
That's who I would have given.
Yeah, of course. Well, that one's weighted to you, right? That's
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
fucking love this game. This is
Yeah.
we're like playing like Ace Attorney right now. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
And
so this is the arc of your character, though, is that, you know, you get battered and beaten to the point where you're like ravenously obsessed with winning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
And then my
discussion.
ravenous hatred for you turns into love, and we make out.
Yeah.
Right. That's
I
how it
mean,
works.
maybe.
All right, maybe.
But,
I mean,
yeah.
I've watched 2 Gundam series recently, and that happens.
One of them.
Well, one of them, and then this kind of happened. Also, tried to. And, well, the other one, it flatly didn't happen. So I guess it could go either way, is what we're finding out.
And also, that guy was crazy.
Crazy.
But
I don't think any of our characters are super crazy. Like, we're all pretty.
I mean, you just don't realize that I think I'm a Gundam.
he is the shoot bot.
I am the shoot bot.
But, yeah, okay.
We're all shoot bots now.
Whatever proportion of the coins each player holds, they can be confident that if they were forced to commit, the same proportion of the audience, real or imaginary, would side with them. So yeah, it's Eric holding 2 coins and Kelsa holding 1. So most people think that Eric's character was justified.
Well, so
2/3 to be exact.
all right. Well, everybody's gone.
Yeah, everyone's framed to scene. Anyone have any big ideas?
I mean, I know how I want the game to end.
I have an idea also.
All right, I want to hear your idea, and now is the perfect time.
Well, I think we're thinking the same thing.
I mean, maybe. Okay.
Are you thinking free-for-all? Because I'm thinking free-for-all.
Yes, I'm thinking free-for-all for an end. I don't think we're there yet. I don't think we've built it up. You know, I don't think we've even gotten Adam's character into the stakes yet.
That's true.
Adam, do you have any ideas
Yeah.
for bringing your character into this?
Not particularly.
Silent Bob over there. What you got going on in that head of yours?
We could, since it's something we haven't done, Adam could lead a tactical skirmish against rebels, because it's one of the games we haven't done, and that could build into a free-for-all.
That's true.
Have you read Tactical Skirmish though?
No.
I have not.
I
You should
mean,
definitely read it.
take turns making demands of each other. The attacker makes the first demand. When you make a demand, you choose whether to demand submission or withdrawal. In demand, you must name yourself, one of your own soldiers, or one of your enemies. Ending the skirmish. Skirmish ends when one of you cedes to a demand, submitting or withdrawing. One of you loses the last soldier from your force, or one of you is killed or captured. Ooh, 2 on 1.
All right, so let's do this. What are we doing?
Yeah, are we doing tactical skirmish or are we going straight for the gun?
It was my suggestion that Adam, that would be a way to get at the.
Adam, what do you want to do?
Adam, what do you want?
Your heart desires. The
You
world's an oyster.
You can do another conversation over food.
I want to have a conversation over food.
All right.
I feel like my character is essentialist.
Little food conversation going on. Who's your partner?
Don't ask questions that way.
Sci-Fi, you're becoming somebody I haven't known before. We used to be. Now we're not.
All right, I got into I'm doing a funny voice, so I'm just gonna keep saying things. But
well, I guess you then.
Yeah, I guess that's what we're gonna do then.
It fell down the dark hole of internet. Now you're mainlining dank Pepe straight to your eyeball.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh my God. All right. So what are we doing, guys?
Yeah. So who's your partner for the conversation over
having
food?
a conversation over
I was
food.
being very serious. It was going to be you.
Was it me?
Yeah.
All right. I can do conversation over food.
Cool.
I'm curious. How does that happen?
Yeah, I'm also curious. How does that happen?
So,
I am dashing, inspiring, and kind. I'm the kind of person you want to have dinner with.
Right. So actually, Sci-Fi, you decide.
Okay.
Chosen partner decides how you've come to have a conversation over food.
Yeah. Well, like, what is this like a peace meeting between the nobles and the rebels, or is this just like a hey, like what's up?
I think it's like I'm already trying to figure out how we can end this fight because we can't go to war.
Right.
So it's
well,
like
you're just being like, yo, I need to get rid of the landowners.
Figure out how to do this.
Like, so this is your.
I'm trying to smooth everything over so that we don't all just blow up.
It's just like it's the negotiation table where it's like, hey, we really need to deal with this landowner thing right now. Want to put the revolution on hold for a bit? Like, where
exactly.
does this take place though? Is this in like a noble house or is it somewhere?
Is it your house?
Is it on neutral ground?
I feel like it's
or opposite. Is it in rebel ground?
Would it be reasonable for us? Like, how far away are we from the sun? Are we like in other solar systems, or?
I mean, we could be in space.
Yeah, you could be anywhere.
Yeah.
So, do you mean like the sun is an Earth?
Yeah, Earth's sun.
Oh,
yeah, this is
way far away.
Yeah,
there's
okay. This is a backwater.
There's like transport gates and stuff, and like.
So we're just gonna have a party in a ship that's just orbiting around like light years away from a giant blue star.
Right. You can see the sunset, and over there you can see the double moon rise.
Yeah. The glass is like. I almost want to say tinted, but it's
we're on the observation deck of like a space station that's been turned into a dining hall.
Yeah, and there's starlight that sort of twinkles.
It's just a 360-degree window looking around into space.
Yeah, I think the windows to the outside have like this sort of like ruby red slippers sort of texture to them, where they sort of sparkle and glitter and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another setup question. What does the table spread look like?
Oh,
what have you prepared for me for this piecemeal?
It's fucking Earth classical.
Poison.
Earth classical. Ooh, classic Earth right there.
Yep. So we've got like a tablecloth, which is normally
Right,
It's just a nicely embroidered tablecloth.
Yeah. Tablecloth. People in space don't use tablecloths. This is like an Earth tablecloth. Like, what's going on here? This is fancy. You going the extra mile.
Yeah, and there's Earth classical music playing.
Whatever it's classical music is in the far future.
Yeah, it's the 15-minute interlude from my my album that I released.
It's just straight up Marsbringer of War.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, okay. That's pretty much the setup. So, like, I'm assuming you're already there, and just the intro to the seat is like, I walk into this like vast, quiet room on a space station. Maybe it's like not perfectly like or 1G. It's like 0.85 Gs in there. So I like kind of glide in on low gravity. As they do in the space animes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's intentionally that way to make it easier.
Yeah, to move around. They probably have.
We didn't grow up with classical Earth like conduct.
Yeah.
Where you like stay on the outside of the room when you follow a superior around or whatever.
Yeah. But yeah. All right. Who takes the first turn? Who has the lower social standing?
I have to figure it's you. Is that just money?
Isn't he? Oh, that's true. But
I am a general.
You're also a CEO, or whatever.
Yeah, former.
But you're also not a noble house, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a noble house.
It's
a situation where it's like, what does social mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Contextual,
which is up for conversation. And
I think we both have similar social standing, but I think I definitely do have the lower.
Very different
based on where you are. Based on where you are, based on your social standings currently. Would you say that your character is in a dominant position, right? Going into this thing, right?
Yes.
And maybe use that to help guide you.
Yeah, there you go.
I think
if you're both,
you're the one dominating this. I'm the guest.
Yeah. So then there you go.
Yeah. All right.
I'm not worried.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to reach and try to get this to work.
So yeah. I think my character opens the conversation. He sort of pulls himself to a stop at one of the end table chairs and does the thing where you sit on it backwards and put your arms on the top of it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he looks you in the eye and he's like, so, to what do I owe the occasion? I'm feeling expansive. What do you want to know about me?
I want to know I'm kind of like bargaining with you for like what's the lowest demand of yours that we need to meet to get this to like blow over. Like, at the very least, we need to fix this.
What you want to know about me is what I'll settle for.
Yeah, exactly.
The answer is nothing. You could change that view, but right now he is a diehard revolutionary.
Cool.
Yeah, your turn. Ask a topical question, engage in conversation, bring up a likely topic, or... Yeah.
Let's see. I hope to find common ground with you about Did you hear what I said before?
No, what was that?
Okay. I hope to find common ground with you about that you're not just militaristic and you see peace as a virtue.
Hmm.
Do we have common ground on that or not?
Yes, there is common ground there because how do you phrase that question though? That will dictate my response.
Let's see. So I think I slipped into the bio for my character that nobody probably saw except me, that he has like this thin veneer of the Earth classic thing. Like it's in all of his music and it's in his like persona and everything. But the veneer is very, very thin. So he just opens up about it in sort of a declarative way. Like he's not asking you a question at all. And he's just like, war is not a good thing. And he's just like stops there and looks you in the eye until you're like, peace is, yes, I agree, peace is good.
Yeah, I laugh heartedly at that and I'm like, of course war isn't a good thing.
Yeah.
I thought the nobles had a bit more grace in the way they conducted themselves, but
not me.
Yes, no, seriously though, no.
I'm not Leonetta.
War is bad. But my topical question is, I hope you don't bring up the prototype, do you?
And we've never even met, and we're both revolutionaries.
I do not, because I'm. I don't bring up any talk about weapons at all.
See, very good. Your turn then.
So it's like neither like mobile frames or like defensive like missiles or anything like that.
No talk of
There's just no talk about, weaponizing anything at all.
Yeah.
I want to spill a secret, but I accidentally spilled the secret that I'm considering switching sides if my own family starts to see war as the only option. Or keeps going for the whole, we're just going to have a war and we're going to find better ways to keep it quiet. Neither of those are acceptable to me. So if they do that, I'm out. I will exile myself because I'm not about that. And they cover it gracefully, but do you pick up on it anyway?
I think I do pick up on it because this entire conversation I've been scanning you for like tells of information. And I'm like, you let that slip, and I'm just like, I sort of cover it over that I've like tried to hide the fact that I've clearly heard your secret. I'm just like, how interesting.
Yeah. And it's just littered in the conversation too, because it's like disdain for my family, disdain for my family, disdain for my family. And then it's like, peace is good, peace is good, peace is good. And then it's just, there's no way you can miss it.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up a likely topic and engage in improvised conversation. So I think I lean back in my chair and I'm like, so how do you feel about the long-standing exploitation of the local people by the band Trash?
Yeah, how do you feel about
How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel being a total asshole oppressor.
Yeah.
Asking the hard-hitting questions.
You know, I'm not going
I
to say that I came here in my mobile frame, but
I think he totally is one of these sorts of people, but he doesn't acknowledge that he is because he doesn't like run like extremely low wage like work groups. I can't think of the word for what it would be, but it's like a large group of people who are working for really low wages, and we make all the money and they just barely get by.
It trickles down.
But I'm still doing it because I'm selling music, like a product that relieves stress for people, and I sell it at really high prices.
those poor wage slaves.
Yeah. Yeah. So my question is, I want to ask a question where I don't have to fill in any blanks. I'm feeling generous. What favor do you ask me?
I ask you to send 10 of your best mobile frames to the revolution.
Oh shit.
That
And I sigh.
I think what I do is I like bring out some documents and I'm like, look, we need to get down to business. And I slide them across the table. I'm like, are you going to help us or not?
there won't be peace until the revolution is a credible threat.
Yeah.
Make us a credible threat.
Or we'll have
So,
our
like-
big scary prototype monster come and eat you.
I see it and I close my hands and I say, I cannot guarantee that I have quite enough power to do that, but I have an incredibly powerful mobile frame myself. It's one of my most prized possessions, and I know how to use it.
Is that a
I'll
threat?
fight for you.
Ooh,
Ooh.
very interesting.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, my
And I'm like almost scoff at you, and I'm like, easily mine is worth 5 of the kinds of mobile frames that you're picturing in your head, because yours are like
Fucking Garbo mechs.
my perfect
Glorified-
wing gives
glorified
an
trash.
amazing.
mine's like exquisite, and yeah.
Like literally glorified like recycling pickup machines.
Yeah.
You have perfect you have perfect wing and he's got the exquisite wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between American roadways and the Autobahn, where it's just like normally the plates are like 1 foot thick, and mine are probably like 5 meters thick.
Yeah.
And they just come in like these giant protruding plates.
You're a bear, yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So whose turn was it?
I don't care whose turn it is. Let's do the free
Is
for all.
that, yeah, is that the end of the
Yeah.
conversation? I feel
I
like
think we need
Yeah.
to do. Isn't there a closing question or something like that? Or
There
is
is
that-
not.
You can remark
Okay.
about the food and then
It's
over.
when everyone has passed in a row or when everyone has left but one. So I think what happens after that is I just turn to you and I leave. I'm like, sweet, thanks, got what I needed.
later.
Later,
Nice.
see you on the battlefield.
I was about to be like, But wait, the silverware is real silver. I have a gift for you. And
All
like
right.
yet again, I'm
The
alone
only
because
battlefield
like
I know is
it's a
love.
collection of silverware, and each one's like a little bit different, and it's like an actual set.
Nice.
I think we all agree that this has
Yeah.
to be hashed out.
This
on the battle.
has to be a free for all to end this, right?
Obviously.
Yeah, that's
Can't be anything else.
that's free for all.
I gotta break out my mech.
So here's what I think. Here's what I think happens.
So
Allow me to provide my how I think a free for all occurs.
what you do still need to choose a partner because the two of you will decide.
Everyone plays in free for all.
And we you know,
Yeah, but you still choose a partner.
Yeah, you choose a partner on your turn.
Yep.
Your partner will tell you where it takes place.
we're all agreeing on free for all. Let me just offer a plausible way that it takes place.
Yeah.
And because that's the only thing that matters for partners is
Sure.
where it takes place. So I'm just going to propose it here. This free for all occurs because of Adam's defection. The prototype and the perfect wing are going to meet his bear. Like that's the deal. Like that's how he joins the revolution.
I was going to say something similar, that the prototype was already waiting in space while that conversation was happening.
Well,
So
I was going to say the
prototype won't
prototype
go to
doesn't have
space.
space capabilities.
Oh,
So-
okay.
That's already
Yeah.
been established.
So I don't have thrusters at all.
Never mind. We're on the ground then.
Yeah, so this is like he's coming to the continent that we described, that sort of lawless continent. And the trade-offs, like the perfect wing and the prototype, are going
Australia.
to meet him and escort him to a secret rebel base, like black bag him a little bit because we don't really trust him or whatever. And this is one of the moments where it's like Leonetta and her satellites see, like, or know, or whatever, and only her and Vi can make it, right? Because there aren't in the free for all. There's no soldiers. There's no
Yeah.
there's no
But
missile.
this time, Leonetta tells me about it, and I'm like, yes, we will do this as a team.
So I'm curious, do I get like EMP'd, or are you just like shut off your sensory screens?
No, so what probably happens is that like the perfect wing, like you coming out into a clearing, and the perfect wing comes out to meet you, and like both of your hatches open, and you're having like you're gonna have the exchange, and then Leonetta's missiles, like none of them landed below or whatever, but everybody's in their mechs.
Emergency singles hand and the hatches just close.
Yeah. Wee.
Yeah,
let's
like
do it.
you guys meet up, and you're like, all right, like doing like some
Yeah.
signal jamming, so you can't use your nav computer.
Well,
And then, like,
we
all
can,
of a
we
sudden,
can make those scenes.
like-
We can stop. We'll make those scenes.
Yeah, it's true.
They're from the questions.
All right.
So we're all there. We're all in this like big open clearing. And yeah, well,
everyone
let's
gets
get a
their-
turn order going.
Wreckage goes first.
Wreckage goes first. Who wants to go after Wreckage?
No, it's the opposite. I make a
Uh.
challenge against someone.
And then they go. All
Go
right,
around the
I'll
table.
just
You each get 2 turns. You go first.
We can do as many turns until the fight resolves. We're gonna do the same
You
order we
take
did
2
previously, which will be me, Eric, Kelsey, Sci-Fri, and Adam. It's on the Twitch. You don't need to make a list.
I'm making a list to
You're not
keep
gonna
track of
get it
how many
right.
turns we each have.
Yeah, but we can keep. But do.
No, we can't. We gotta follow the rules.
I'll tell you who your rules are.
You're not my GM.
Where are your
Tonight.
rules now?
All right, so here's my challenge. Loretta and Vi are like jetting in, right?
Mm-hmm.
I described earlier, the perfect wing and the Adams. What's your mech name again?
I don't think I ever came up with a name for it.
Yeah,
Um,
neither did I. I never came up with one.
Adams mech, J Club's mech, are in the clearing, and the prototype is like in the forest line. So like you sort of missile down and come out, and maybe you're planning on doing like a traitor type line, but Leonetta, quite literally, I know that your mech has like extreme flight capability, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on your back, and I outmaneuver you at every turn, and I don't mean like figuratively. I'm chasing you down. I mean, I leap out of the tree line and I grapple you over your back. Can you shake me and how?
Oh, of course I do. So what sucks because I have the flight capabilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I have to shake you by I basically like turn on my thrusters on the ground as we like fly forward like through the trees and stuff. So like I get like messed up hitting the trees and stuff, but like it basically will like burn you off of me because you're getting hit with the afterburner stuff.
Yeah, I like. Oh man, I don't have the armor to keep that. So
Yeah.
like I acrobatically disengage with you, and it actually then is your turn.
Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, let's just fictionally do this. I get the drop on you and hit you with a roaring jet of flame. Can your frame take it? How?
My frame can't take it, but as like the front panel is like melting,
Yeah.
there are a bunch of explosive pins go off, and the front panel like jettisons off, and it throws like the molten slag like panel at you like ineffectually. But
Yeah.
the prototype leaps back, and you just see like exposed machinery,
Yeah.
and like it's even lighter and faster now, and you sort of look across the frame, and all of the panels look like they can disengage.
Okay.
You're exposed inner frame.
Yeah, like
exposed in her frame.
yeah.
Awesome.
Wasn't even your final form.
Kelsa, that's your turn.
So yeah, I'm definitely falling out of the sky like a hunting bird. And I think I'm probably landing right onto Vincent's mech. Do you survive my attack? How? So we went toe to toe before, and this is just dive bomb bear attack.
Drop bears. We're literally in Australia.
Drop
There's
it.
like drop it.
Drop it, bear.
Cannon now.
Drop a
definitely-
better slam.
That's definitely what happens.
That's what happens. I think I do shake it because the perfect wing is built with perfect flight capabilities, and I jump into the air. And you land on the ground, leaving a massive crater.
Once again, yes, brilliant. I'll take it. All right, Adam. Who's next? I don't know.
So I think it's me.
It's sci-fi.
And
It's sci-fi.
Okay, it's me. It's me next.
Sci-fi, your list is wrong. You've ruined
Sci-fi, your list is wrong.
I fixed it. Don't worry.
Why do you make the list, sci-fi? We're just going off of the Twitch sci-fi.
Because I'm not watching Twitch. That's
Yeah,
why.
exactly.
Not watching Twitch.
I'm just in the chat. I can't be running it.
But you don't increase his viewership if you do that. You gotta open the Twitch.
It's alright. I don't do it for the views. I do it for the love. I do it
Yeah,
for the love
exactly,
of the game,
right.
man.
I'm not here for the love. I'm here for the bucks.
Well, show me the money.
Show me the money. Drop bear spelled with lead speak. Oh man.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to lodge a challenge at Kelsa. Or at V. Or Vi. Right. I keep to cover, circling with tactical precision. I'm almost impossible to spot. Do you see me coming, or how?
No, I don't see you coming because, like, after my attack, you know, I land in this crater and like smoke comes up, and you start circling around as you've outmaneuvered me, and all of a sudden the smoke clears, and what I see is Jacob's mech,
Yeah.
And I am like staring Jacob down, like, whose
Yeah.
side are you even on? I don't know.
Bear versus
Yeah.
bear.
So I want to say some more things about my mech. It's like green, like I said before, but I think the mech's name is Polaris. And the reason it's called that is because it runs on a different fuel. So instead of smoking everywhere, it just looks like this white mist. And it like moves really quickly for its size. And it's
Does it run on
it just
crystalline?
never
Phantom?
stops smoking this white mist.
Yeah, is it
And it just like breathes it and crap.
Is it powered by crystalline Ventrafil?
It might be.
Obviously.
Where did a know-nothing family like him get crystalline Bantrafil?
So as I'm standing there, like watching this mech, obviously powered by crystalline Bantrafil, and you're able to come up behind me and just like get one good shot in before I have to actually engage. So, yeah. Now, Adam, it's your turn.
I think I'm going to hunt down Leonetta's mobile frame because you're like flying around.
No, we're like in the forest in like a duel right now.
It's really easy to find me though. Just follow the fire.
Out in the open.
Yeah, just follow the fire though. It's really easy to find me.
Yeah, there was a massive
big hole in
explosion.
the forest where we went. Come on, bear versus bear. Fight pie.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, maybe.
More bear fights.
My job is to keep them both off of you.
There's one where you don't think we're bodily off the ground.
The altitude side of this question is
Or you recognize that it's 2v1 and fight the revolutionary.
Yeah. I'm on your back and I outmaneuver you at every turn. Vi, can you shake me and how? And I think the way that I'm doing this is I'm just literally in a bigger mech. So I'm just like walking around you like I'm walking around like a kid or something like that.
Like
Gotcha.
swipe.
Yeah, and I think obviously I outmaneuver you because as soon as I realize it's 2-on-1, I hit my boosters and I'm straight up in the air.
Cool.
Sweet. Comes back around to wreckage.
All right, Leonetta. It's you and me. You've never seen moves like this. Prototype, having expelled its main plate, is leaping through the forest. It's ricocheting off of trees and not even like destroying the trees. It's so lightweight. But one good shot, you're sure just one good shot and you take it out because it's got no armor. But then I do blank, which is reveal the secret second ability of the 001 prototype. I grab any surface of your mech with the hand that doesn't have the rifle that kills pilots. It's the other hand. And this one, it has a different close combat secret ability. It discharges 10 million gigawatts of electricity into your mech to try and overload its systems. It literally has, out of the back of the mech, a big canister drops having spent. It's a battery, but like it's sizzling there and sparking. Like it has canister batteries. It's so powerful that it only has like 2 or 3 attacks like this. And the question is, can you survive it, dodge it, or hold me off? Or is your mech disabled?
That's a very Code Geass thing. Just by the way.
Yeah.
That's straight up a thing in Code Geass. And I know you know that.
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, God, I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's more dramatic if we get out of our.
What's your special move's name, Wreckage? You just revealed the
you
special move.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, my special move is
Shining Finger.
literally. It's it's got to be a really good name. It's Zeus Agrippa.
Zeus Agrippa.
Brilliant.
Oh my God. I mean, I have an idea.
Yeah. I see you're conflicted over there.
I know, because it's like corny as hell. It's just, I mean, the idea
I think
that
what he just did was corny as hell.
no, would it be even more cornier that you basically like I jujitsu your move and it just used the electricity to charge up my own fucking charge beam?
Oh man.
To be like, and I like you know, it's that fucking like I look like a fucking like just a completely scorched over, right? And like it looks like my fucking mech turns off, right? Like the double dragon mech looks like it's disabled and looks like it's smoking or whatever, right? And it's like its head's down or whatever. And then like you see it like boot up again, and you see like both the heads like on the shoulders like turn on. And I like we hear like the smirking laughter, like you think this is the first time I have seen shocking grip form before? Like I have learned much about your mech since the last time we have fought, and like
Someone in the chat took my over exaggerated amount of electricity and was like, that's like a million nukes or something.
Thanks, Rooster. I use it to charge up my mech, and so now I'm like supercharged.
He's absorbing the power.
I absorb your power.
Why don't you just fire like a mega laser at me?
No, I can't fire a mega laser. It doesn't work that way.
You can though.
Tell us how it works.
You've got the challenge that is like an open-ended thing, so you can fire a mega laser.
I know, but my mech doesn't have a mega laser. God damn it! It's got two fucking
charge up the two heads.
It's got molten fire beams, man. You didn't make this mech.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
You gotta be like the obelisk. You gotta scorch the entire landscape with this charged attack. It's the coolest thing to do after I charge.
Okay, fine. Well, this is obviously the thing to do, though, right? So you charged up my mech. I fly up into like the atmosphere, right? Like through the clouds or whatever. Like I'm like a fucking sprinkle, like you know, like a little like shiny little tingle in the sky. And tingle. You see a tingle and a little twinkle. Shut up.
Yes, but I imagine Tingle from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
I know. All right. So far across the landscape, I raise my rifle, my hyper beam. I put a shot into your reactor core. Do you avoid my shot? How? So this very much looks like I'm drawing energy from the sky and the sun in addition to this beam, right? Like literally like fucking Venusaur hyper beam you.
Hyper satellite cannon.
Yeah, right?
Like, you couldn't telegraph it more, though.
Yeah.
So,
it's like I will show you a secret weapon, and like,
Yeah, but it's like
and
a
then we see the
laser.
fucking like my arm, like we see like the arm part like turn like jettison off to like become like dragon faces, and like instead of missiles everywhere, it's dragon heads, and like it all like charges up these beams, and it just seems to absorb all this energy and just fires this fucking like.
And then it has a
massive...
thing where all of the energy like coalesces right
Yeah,
there
exactly.
at a single point.
Yeah, like Death Star
then
style.
It zooms out.
Yeah, it's like a Death Star style. Yeah, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, but you couldn't telegraph it more. So what happens is the prototype like is standing stock still, and like I'm such an experienced pilot that we get the shot of my eyes, and I'm looking up, and we get the moment where it's like I can tell, like that's the like it's been coalescing in front of you, and there's like the stereotypical
Yeah, dude, I've been
like
fucking
shine.
charging it for like 30 seconds.
Like I know that that's the moment that it shoots, And the moment, like I've been standing stock still, and the second that there's like ting, and like my eyes come on the screen, like right next to the ting, and then there's a beam, and it cuts to my mech, and you see another secret ability of this prototype 001, but it's not that amazing. It's just a grappling hook that shoots out of my waist, like to my left, and like embeds in a tree like a mile away and pulls me out of the way, like just laterally, but not enough. My arm that does the Zeus grip gets caught in the blast and it's gone. Like the right arm is like burned off, and like my sides all burned, and I jettison those plates, and I've sort of been like pulled off in the forest.
There's this just huge like line of just scorch earth.
Yeah, a shockwave just rocks the entire forest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that even more than like I was thinking just like a laser beam like slicing into the earth. No, I love the idea of it like made like a shock wave. Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful.
So it's like what Chad pointed out. You charged up 3 episodes of DBZ in 1 second.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I just burned three Dragon Ball episodes.
All right, Kelsa, it's your turn.
Yeah.
All right. So I have zoomed up above the two of them, and I'm trying to I can't take you both on alone. I hold back and I light you up with my comms and sensors zeroing in for my allies. Like I've radioed ahead for help. Like me and Leonetta came out here alone, but we were the point force. There's more people coming. Like that.
Who are you targeting with that? Is it me or Adam?
It's got to be me, right?
It's got to be Adam. He's the bigger threat.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's the bigger threat. Like the bigger mech, the bigger threat. And so like I'm like pulled up and away, and I'm like painting a laser here onto Jacob's mech. Are you able to evade, and how? Like you can like you get the like missile lock from like off camera, like, you know, off continent missile silos coming.
I don't think I can. Because I'm going up straight towards you because I'm not the best pilot. I'm just in charge of a very powerful tool. So like you go up in the sky and I'm like, hey, this thing is big, but it can fly too. And it's just like
you're just blinded with like
NASA rocket
burst. Yeah.
Upward in after you, and you're just coming straight at me, and it's just like an FPS. Ding 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 ding, and then like it's like cake. It's so easy.
Dang, yeah. Like so, as I'm pulling away, like I'm painting you with the lasers, and just like over my shoulder, over the horizon, these missiles come in, start blasting your mech.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
And obviously, like the last scene we see of that is like just like the explosions with like huge dust clouds, so we don't actually see what happens to your mech, and then we'll resolve that when we get back to your turn.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it's my turn now. And I have, well, since everyone else has had an anime special move, I suppose I should unveil mine as well.
Definitely should.
So,
You definitely should.
so what happens is you're focusing on the other mech because it's clearly bigger, and it's just like, oh, you shouldn't have let me alone.
Mm-hmm.
And my mech begins to shine with a blue light. That the cape dissolves and is replaced by giant wings of energy.
I hate you.
And I charge at you with 2 beam sabers glowing with extra energy, and I yell at the top of my lungs, "Perfect wing, full burst!" I rush you. I'm faster than you believe. Can you react in time and get away? How?
Oh, boy. I don't see this coming. I don't think I can. Like, I cannot get away. Like I'm spending all of my effort here just trying to hold off Jacob. As he's like coming towards me, this huge mech, and I'm here, and you're coming at me from the side. And like I feel like I get like the proximity alert, and I turn, and it's too late. It's too late. You just slice and
Yep. With double beam sabers.
yeah,
And
totally.
fly into the sky.
So are you like
Anime, guys, it's real. Look it up.
Adam, you get a move
Yeah.
if you're still alive.
So there's just covered in smoke, and the wind carries it for a little bit, and then you see like there's a pod where like my pod goes like straight through the clouds and creates like a circular gap in the smoke. Yeah, exactly like that. And then all of a sudden the smoke stops drifting and it starts getting sucked in. And then as soon as all of the smoke's gone, there's no mech there. It's just like a single black dot. And all of you will eventually start getting pulled toward it, but I think the closest person to me is Vi.
So okay, like
I mean, obvious.
Adam's self-destructing with a giant crystal.
Yeah.
He's just like
Banthally
to activate the
reactor.
black hole system.
Yeah.
oh my god.
So I activate
This is the last
the
move.
particle accelerator in my mech. Can
I
you
think
survive
it's-
or dodge it or hold me off, and how?
I think everybody should answer this question since it's the last move. Like, it's the free-for-all. Like, let's just all respond to this.
I mean, theoretically, we don't actually have to end the game after the free for all. I'm just saying.
We are at
Yeah.
10
We're
minutes
literally
of
at time.
though.
We are
Like, perfectly.
yeah.
Guys,
And this is so perfect.
Maybe Eric
Like,
wouldn't
everybody
realize.
gets caught up in the like suicide of Adam, the dramatic like self-destruct. Like, who gets away, who doesn't, and how.
Fucking diva.
can I
Yep.
survive it, dodge it, or hold you off? I'm gonna say I survive it, but barely. This is the moment where my own pod actually had already jettisoned because of the move that Vincent had done, ripping my mech in half. Like his twin sabers come down like in a cross, like quartering my mech. But my my escape, like my personal pod, like jettisons out the back and is already flying up into space as this happens. And so like I'm watching this from like a low orbit as like my like distress beacon is blinking and I'm waiting for a pickup.
Yeah. I also have to imagine that like the planet itself is just like reverse
The entire
water
continent.
spouting up into the black
Well,
hole.
I was already thinking about this being the ending, but if you look at there's like 6 different endings, but the fight is explosive. We do an enormous amount of damage to the landscape and whatever's nearby. When the fight ends, name one or more allied characters that are still standing, and everybody else is lucky to have survived it all. I'm out for sure, and Jacob is out for sure. With everything the way this has gone, I kind of want to say that it's Vincent and
I would say that Vincent survives.
Takanato that are still standing.
I'm still standing.
I don't
Well,
wanna-
I
That's
mean,
true. You're
But, like,
still standing as
I-
well.
I
Because
don't want to.
I was flying around. Like
so do we want to say that Leonetta is still standing and everybody else is lucky to have survived it all? Because it was
Well, who clearly won though? Like,
nobody clearly won. That's obvious.
yeah,
Nobody
no,
clearly
it's
won here.
definitely definitely nobody clearly won.
This is a matter of somebody is still standing and everybody else is lucky to be alive if they are.
hmm.
But this was like the fucking season 1 finale.
I
where
think
it's like
I'm
season
still
2 would wrap
standing,
it
and
up,
everyone
right?
but me is lucky to be alive.
I want to propose this as a narrative for you, Eric.
What's up?
After your hyper beam, like your super hyper beam, your battery's out again, and you start plummeting towards the black hole, like the impermanent black hole. And like before you would die, a grappling line strikes your mech in the leg and pulls you into the forest and like disengages before you're halfway there. And like that's it. Like that's the end of season 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm all about that. Holy shit. Yes.
And I'm also imagining, like, think how the grappling hook looked in your mind before. It's cooler than that.
What's even better? Yes.
Right.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Right.
What's even better? Oh my god. Yes. If you could somehow make that scene where you like pick me up is like a parallel to the dance. Fucking. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Oh no!
That's why I play games.
Eric, this is what it is. You blew off my right arm, and my grappling hook pulls off your left leg.
Oh my god!
And
I
those
get
are the-
it because
we have the injuries that each other has, and there's like a moment through the trees where like your mech is out of power and my prototype is there, and you see that my arm is gone, and I see that your leg is gone, and we haven't talking over comms yet. But there's like a moment of like
it's a silence. That's like after the credits. That's like after the credits. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, so
all right.
good.
I mean, that's where we end. I mean, that's our. I
So
can't
the
talk
end
about
is-
anything else about that character as far as I'm concerned. For me,
Yeah.
like, that's the perfect ending.
So the ending
Damn.
is that I survived and everyone else was lucky to make it out alive.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, someone also super didn't.
Yeah, also 2 people also super didn't. Because someone went self-destruct.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Crystalline Banterful is very dangerous. Do not use it to power your mech. It
But that's
will
such a cool. Like, don't worry, because your twin will show up inexplicably in the next season and replace you 100%
With the same
in
code name.
personality and exact same mech suit. Watch Double O.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't think it says to end play. We go around answering any outstanding questions. I don't think there are any.
No, we're setting this up for season 2.
Season
Yeah.
2.
Oh my god.
Like those are all the questions for season 1.
2, where all our mechs are even more powerful and even more anime special move bullshit.
Yeah, my
Guys, what
prototype
the
becomes
fuck,
the
man?
Shootbot 002.
guys, what the fuck? This game. Fuck.
Love this
Can
game
we, can
every
we
time.
talk about this game now?
Can
Because
we?
I would
Can we
like
just
to do
fucking?
that.
I need a cigarette.
Okay.
I don't even smoke, and I need a cigarette.
Right? Okay.
Eating cigarette for how
I-
much that game just fucked me.
Yeah. So good.
I love this game.
Best. Thank you for finding this and thank you for letting me jump in because this was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I have to say about this game is I absolutely love the narrative constraints. I also really, really like the idea of solitaire, and this didn't really come up at all, but one of the things it says is while it is not your turn, you can just sit back and chill out, watch them play
Yeah.
the scene.
That's why it
Or-
says at the start of every scene, like, what do people notice about you? What have they heard? Is
Yeah.
because, like, sometimes you can play solitaire by yourself.
Or while you're just sitting there doing nothing, play solitaire by yourself. Like, if you're like, God, I'm really not engaged in this scene, whatever. So sit there, think about your character, and answer one of the solitaire questions. And then the next scene that you're in,
I wish I had read that.
or I know, I'm sorry, I should have brought it up.
It's like, oh, this game is dumb. And then it's like, because you didn't play by the rules, dummy.
I
You
mean,
didn't know that rule. Yeah.
It's so hard for me to do that
That's okay.
because you guys make so many fucking riveting scenes, man.
uh,
All of those scenes were super good.
I love these questions. Okay, I was afraid that I was going to have trouble in this game because I like mech anime, whatever, but I'm not like a huge
Yeah, me
like
neither.
Same.
Gundam nerd like say Sci-Fi.
I
But
will get you into Gundam.
but
There's a Gundam out there for everyone.
guys want some Gundam?
Listen to my goddamn praise of this fucking game. When we were doing the scene of sword to sword, those questions that you have for those scenes really gave me like a very good touchstone for going in my brain and going, okay, if I'm in an anime, how does this scene play out? Like it really let me take a look at what I was doing and how we were doing it. And I'm like, I can feel this as an anime and like ask that question, get that answer. I can make a scene out of this. Like I can picture this scene happening. It totally, like when we were doing that fight scene in my mind, I was totally animating it. Yeah. Like I had the lighting cues down. I could see both of our mechs. I could like hear like the gravel.
Yeah.
As we got pushed back and forth, like I was so engaged with that scene, and it was because of those questions.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's fucking incredible. I am this close to just fucking stealing these games and putting in other games for important scenes because it's so good.
It's super smart, like doing like the different mini games. Like, okay, we're going into this, and we're gonna have dinner, and here's some weird questions that you might ask over dinner. It was really like a very, very solid game. And Adam, I just want to apologize for not like, I noticed that you were kind of out of it. I kept getting tagged for different scenes.
Yeah.
And if I had slightly more downtime, I probably would have mentioned that to you, but I felt like I kept being pulled back in. But like, I noticed that you weren't being tagged, and I do wish I had said something, so I apologize about that.
That is okay.
I feel like this, maybe Eric can speak to this, but I feel like I would almost, because he played this in person, I would rather play this game. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the constraint of a show, but like game day, we have 6 to 8 hours and we can play it as long as we want. Like,
this game actually, after playing it in person last night, this game actually plays better online, in my opinion.
Really?
Only because you have access to the rules way easier.
That's true.
If you're playing this game, I caution this to everybody. I'm going to stress this. If you're playing this game in real life, especially if it's everybody's first game, everybody needs a copy of the rules to be looking over to see what scene they want to do. Otherwise, like, people are going to be passing papers around. It's going to get really confusing. People don't know what options there are. It got in a little bit of a mess last night.
Look, as a general tabletop rule,
awesome.
Even if you're playing in person, bring laptops.
Yeah.
The electronic medium is the best place to have tabletop rules. Even if you're playing in person, like, don't feel constrained to pen and paper just because it's a thing. Like, bring laptops.
Yeah, just because it's pen and paper RPGs doesn't mean it can't be pen and paper. And also, I brought my laptop with me.
Right? No, and as long as you can trust the people that you're gaming with, not to be like, I'm on Reddit right now.
I'm on Reddit right now.
I'm on Reddit right now.
I'm Redditing right now. You don't even know.
Look, I may have liked every single piece of fan art on Twitter as soon as it got tweeted out.
That's
on 2 different
engaging
accounts,
with the
whatever.
game.
Shut up.
That's engaging with the game. Exactly. No, looking at fan art and doing that kind of stuff and making tweets about the game that you're watching or playing when it's not your scene is part of the engagement of playing.
I may have just been Googling Gundam designs.
That's also completely fine though. Like, looking at like inspiration for scene kind of stuff is also totally fine. Like,
I also like the solitaire thing because it's a programmed in distraction mechanic.
Yeah, no, that is super good. Like, that was another reason I was bringing that up, because it's like, I definitely know a number of games, especially the number of players goes up, the number of people that can be in a scene together goes down, and having that thing where you can be like, well, I really don't care about these guys dancing, so I'm gonna go have my time at the bar, whatever, you know. Also, I personally liked narrating our solitaire instead of just being like, okay, here's the thing that happened, here's the thing that happened, and here's what people see or notice about it. Having us actually narrate those out as the show, I personally thought was really good. I mean, I enjoyed narrating my scene, but I also enjoyed the interactions where Sci-Fi did a scene, and then Eric is like rolling right off of the back of that scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and like was able to interconnect our solitaire even still. Like
I have criticisms.
please,
As always, don't be wrecked
gushing.
with the hot cynicism.
There are plenty of things to criticize. So
I fucking love playing role-playing games, but I also almost equally love talking about them after playing. I love the decompression part, so fucking talk away, man. I love this shit.
So I'm going to say my favorite thing and least favorite thing about this system in one cohesive bundle, because my favorite thing about this system is the fact that it provided a game in which we could describe anime fights. The degree to which we were able to describe anime fights is facilitated by the nature of the game, the questions and the call and response, the way that it's set up. And because we had multiple anime fans here, like if we had a group of people who weren't anime fans, it probably wouldn't have started and therefore wouldn't have continued that way.
It would have been
Dude,
a much
I'm gonna
more
stress this
grounded
again.
mech.
I'm gonna stress this as many times as I can. I've like never seen an anime besides a couple. Like
Yo, let me hook you up.
I've never seen a mech anime. I've only watched that cooking one, the cooking one with the kids. I've seen a couple episodes of that. I saw a couple episodes of Sailor Moon. And I've watched Princess Mononoke like 8 times. That's about it.
Sailor Moon is all you need to know about.
And like maybe like
That's pretty
Nazca.
true. Sailor Moon is all you need to know.
You know, like I know a couple. Like that's about it. Like I've never actually seen a mech anime, but like I feel like I just understand the cadence of it. Like it's a very like easy to grok thing. It's like, oh, just imagine it's kind of like a samurai duel, only with like rockets and robots, and just go with that. And like there's things about honor and love and like power and sword style techniques. Like it's a kung fu movie. Right?
So
it's a kung fu movie with romantic subplots. Overt romantic subplots. That's about it.
To continue my criticism then, my favorite thing about this system is the way that it lets you describe an anime fight. My least favorite thing about this system is how it limits you so that you can't just go down that rabbit hole. I know that Kelso was praising the limitations because they are guiding, but there were multiple times when I was like, this limitation is not conducive to me having the most fun here. I want this either I want this scene to continue or I want to give a reply that is expressly not allowed. Like there are a couple that's like the free for all and another one they had
free for all had the question that's just
insert improvised line. They had those. But it also had like this is done after 2 rounds. Like what if we're all still having fun? Like I know we always have the capacity to say, let's just keep going, right? We always have the capacity. But
so the mechanics for that is definitely the next person whose turn it is, there's another free for all.
Exactly.
Well, yeah,
or another
actually.
scene.
Because, I mean, I like it, and I don't want to. I want to give a counterpoint, and please yell at me if I'm coming off as hostile or whatever. I'm trying to express my opinion. Yes, I want to change your mind, but also I want to acknowledge that your point is valid.
Get on with it.
So, by having that constraint there, it forces more interesting character decisions. By having that, okay, the free-for-all takes 2 rounds for everyone, and then there is an ending wrap-up where there is not a clear winner,
who won,
and you have to say, okay, the fight is over. Like originally, before Sci-Fi was going to just before Adam just blew up his fucking mech, I was going to push for the ending of like we all walk away. Yeah, it's a serious fight, but the rules of engagement hold. Everyone's given their fair share of hits and no one has crossed any lines. Like,
yeah.
Alternatively, we fight to a bitter, bloody stalemate. In the end of the day, no one has prevailed and we retreat to lick our wounds. Like one of those two. And I think that having to have a definite end to these fights and those scenes is actually makes for a better thing. Because like I was trying to say is if we weren't saying, okay, we've gone on for 4 hours. This is the end. If we could have had another hour of gameplay right here, then the next scene would have been really fascinating after all of this shit happened, you know? And then it's like, now we're in a dance, right?
Yeah.
And now we all have to deal with this. And it's like, okay, do we still not know that Soldier 76, the mysterious unidentified soldier at the ball is in fact Takano, the ace pilot? Like, have we figured that out yet, or has only Leonetta figured that out, right? And it would have pushed for more interesting drama, because if we just continued another round on that fight, it could have wound up with all of us dead, and that would not be an interesting story.
Well, okay, but that's I don't think the limitation that you only go for 2 rounds is what saves people's lives. I mean, like, the narrative is what is. So my point is that, I mean, I've said this before. I've said when I play Fiasco, I feel limited by the rules of Fiasco, even though, like, it almost always what ends up happening with these narrative games that are like really good indie stuff, like they're just the finest shit, right? Like they're just the pure get it into my nostrils. What ends up happening is they always put me in a position where I'm in the middle of telling a story with people that I trust.
Oh,
and
thanks, Bub. Bub just hosted me. Thank you.
It goes from facilitating the story that I'm telling, and it transitions to a point where the rules are limiting the story I'm telling. Like, the rules are always super important in the first half because they get to the story that I'm telling and they inspire the story that I'm telling. Like, for example, I had no thoughts about what Shootbot did until I looked at the solitaire questions, and there was one that's like, you hijack a mobile frame. So I was like, okay, Shootbot is designed to hijack mobile frames because that's what the revolution needs, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's so the rules in the first half, and it's true for Fiasco as well, they always inspire my story and they make me excited to tell a story. And then somewhere around the halfway point, somewhere around the climax, I start to feel limited by those rules instead of inspired by them. I start to want to just tell the story that's been seeded here and not keep playing the game that's been set out for me. So that's my criticism, and now everyone.
All right, I gotta interrupt you guys real quick. I just want to say a big, huge thank you and shout out to Bubs for the raid, and hi everybody, welcome to Once Upon a Game. We literally just finished.
It's over. Go home.
We just wrapped up.
No, we're gonna keep talking about it. Though.
We're talking about and decompressing one of the most like dramatic mech anime fights we've ever had.
So good.
It was definitely like the last one we had was like the last free fall we had was a serious mech fight. This was definitely like G Gundam, Gurren Lagann super moves all out the wazoo.
Yeah, this was literally guys, you should definitely check out this game called Firebrands. It is just fucking the most insane.
Yeah, Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands by D Vincent Baker.
Yeah, the guy who made Apocalypse World. He made this anime game. Holy shit, guys.
It's so good. So, okay, I totally feel where you're coming from, but also at the same time, I often suffer from paralyzation of choice. If I can just do whatever I want, I'm going to be like, I don't know what I want to do. But when
that's fair.
When we get into this, where we have a very distinct like limitation of scenes, like it really lets me open up and be like, okay, how do I do what I want to do under these limitations?
I'm sorry. Can we play another scene with everyone here? Like
after credits scene.
After credits scene.
Yes.
Talking to Kelsa because I'm gonna tell a joke. I'm gonna pretend to insult her. I'm gonna say your paralyzation of choice is a weakness and fuck you.
All right, we're gonna do it.
It's a weakness I don't have, and it's your fault, and it's your problem, and I don't have to deal with it, and you're holding me back. and it's a lie. It's a joke. It's not real.
Can I also talk about how your problem with Mistborn, which is your favorite game ever, and how much you love it, is just that you feel constrained by the system and that you want to tell better stories.
Have I ever had a criticism? Right. Look, I am #on brand. Dr. Wreckage is too big.
Guys,
let's be constrained by these rules.
Guys, we're doing a fucking Marvel. We're doing a Marvel. We're having an after credits scene, guys.
All right,
let's do a scene.
All right, just
so everyone who's tuning in, we're still playing this game, Firebrands.
10,000 years.
Yeah, and the quick premise of the game is that there's a material on this backwater planet that's run by a bunch of noble families. That's became super valuable to everybody in this kind of like in the space sector.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah, what's up?
I suggest that our after credit scene is that everybody does another solitaire.
Ooh. Yeah, let's do that.
Sold.
Okay, let's each do a solitaire scene then.
Dr. Wreckage has the best ideas.
Dr. Wreckage does have the best
on brand.
All right, let's figure this out. Who wants to go first?
Everyone in chat who thinks this is interesting should watch the VODs.
Yeah, also, guys, definitely, Zonalar's been tweeting and making fan art for the show this whole time for our fucking mechs. Mm-hmm. It's been amazing. So, big shout out to him. All right, let's do this. Okay. Who wants to go first? Anyone got one off the top of their head right now?
I have an idea.
Want to do? All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Zachary.
It's you've been overseeing the retrofitter of labor frames for combat, and you were pleased and impressed with the cunning work of your technicians and makeshift armorers.
All right, tell us all about it.
Yeah, so the scene is we see a rebel supply depot 4 months after the last
4 months after the event that wiped out half the continent.
Yeah. 4 months after Black Hole Sun.
After the events.
But yeah, you just see a slightly older Vincent Mason sitting.
4 months is slight.
Well, all of a sudden, after 4 months, you have like huge long ass beard.
No, like
he's got one gray hair.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a stubble now. You know, he's let himself relax.
The camera zooms in on the one gray hair. It's like,
oh my god.
He's sitting in a relaxed chair in the top observation deck of a rebel supply depot, looking over the mobile frame construction. And he's just got like a data pad that has like all this just like new funds that are coming into him. And he's just like, yeah, with this we'll retake our planet.
Nice.
That's my solitaire scene.
All right, I got a scene that I wanted to do. If you guys are cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still trying to pick mine.
Cool. So we see a scene of so Leonetta once again is like on the balcony now of her manor. And she's like so Leonetta's got that long like swoopy like Jessie from Pokemon red hair, wearing a very very like tight fascist suit and stuff like that. Only like her fashion attire and stuff like reveals her cyber arm. And but like her hands are behind her back and stuff, and we see like troops walking like around and doing like drills in front of the manor house and stuff like that, and we see like some mechs like getting like retrofitted, or not retrofitted, but like enhanced and like fitted with like different things, like upgraded, and like you see her, and like we just see like we hear the like the internal monologue in her head, right, as she's like proudly looking over her like troops marching around. It's like, if the revolutionaries want a war, they'll get one. And so basically, I'm pleased with the soldiers and everybody. We're training them. They're quick, flexible, and well disciplined. Is the answer to the training with your soldiers question.
Yep. All right. So now the war is really heating up. Who's next?
I've got an idea, but I kind of want to go last.
Okay, I can go.
I'll fight you for last.
I will fight you. I will fight you.
I win.
Well, shit.
I like how that worked. Adam.
Well, too bad. I go middle. I think I go back to what I did at the beginning. I've been entertaining interloping off-worlders in my family estate, and instead of last time where I've proven gracious and easygoing, this
We gotta
time
see how you lived.
I've been. They're treating me as a servant, and instead of being like a charismatic musician type who's like fun to talk to and has interesting things to say about music, I'm literally just their DJ who plays like pseudo classical music with like.
All right, we need to. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I have to ask you this because we need to know.
Yes.
When you say pseudo classical music, are you talking about like Vivaldi or are you talking about like Skrillex?
Because it's classical in the future.
Because we're in the
space.
future.
It's Vivaldi,
Okay.
Here's my question, Adam.
but it's interspersed with rap.
Here's my question, Adam.
I'll
control
listen
your-
to that.
Yeah.
Don't let me control your character too much. But the
Yeah.
second you said actually now he's like a servant, like I just wanted like it first of all we see like a head wound and you're sitting there with like your memory gone and
Yeah.
like there's a flash of your escape pod before the ship exploded and
Yeah.
like crawling out of the wreckage in the forest and like not remembering who you are.
Oh my
man.
god, sweet. So season 2 has the fucking amnesia story. Of course it does. It's the best
always
anime.
does, yeah.
It's the best
Yeah.
anime. Every season 2 of every anime has an amnesia story.
Kelsey, I
mean-
fought you for last, so now you go.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I had 2 different ones that I wanted to do, and one of them I thought would be the perfect outro for the end, and the other one is very close to what Eric did. But I think I'm going to go with the one that I wanted to do anyway, even though it's not the ending. So I'm been off duty, going among the locals in civilian dress. This is the first time that we actually see Vi wearing something other than her full military dress or her Gundam, like, you know, jumpsuit.
Yeah.
And so she's wearing like cargo shorts and like with boots, you know, and like a kind of like a Hawaiian shirt, kind of like a print
Yeah.
kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, like what a military like off duty
Yeah, no,
you know what
super.
I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, with like it's like unbuttoned with like a wife beater underneath it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Basically
know.
like what Tom Cruise or somebody wore in like Top Gun when they're not on base.
Totally,
Right.
exactly like that. It's very similar. And so she's going around, and you see her like going to like the local market, and she's like doing very normal stuff. Like, you know, she gets a coffee. It's like a montage. She gets a coffee. She walks down the street. There's like a dog that cuts her off, and she smiles. There's some kids running around playing a game, like whatever, you know, and she smells some fruit at the fruit stand. You turn around, and there's an old Bantress noble beating an underling with a cane. She just kind of shakes her head as this guy just beats this man bloody. And she sighs because she's off duty. And like, you get like her internal monologue of, this is what we're fighting for. Before then it cuts away.
Oh,
Doubt.
like you're gonna turn and fight for the revolution, kind of thing, like sentiments for the revolution.
Like,
yeah,
like she's definitely against the Bantress nobility.
yeah, the status quo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, fuck. That's
final
so
scene.
good.
and we've been doing all of these 4 months later scenes, so we get the title card 4 months earlier.
So right after.
Yes. Well, yes. Because it shows Shootbot 001, the prototype, like limping through the forest. And just like steam and like there's still molten slag falling off of it.
And one arm completely gone.
And like it finally just like I get into a cave and like it just shuts off. And when it does, like I'm like, well, like there's this look on my face like that's it. It's over. You know, I can't repair this mech. And then on the control panel, like a little hologram flickers to life. And it's the scientist who built Shootbot 001. And he's like, I knew this would come. You know, go to these coordinates. And
Yes.
there's a cut, and then we're back at. Wait a minute, isn't this the scene from earlier? Like you see the warehouse in the forest with the guards. and they're perimeter alert, and they go off and they start getting hit by RPG fire, and then rather than like from out of nowhere the 001 like literally shadow step, anime like it's the 002 and it's behind him and it just cuts to black.
Yes. Oh my god. And then it stays at black for a little bit, and then the fucking Firebrand music turns on, and we see the fucking theme song, and then we cut over to like all the credit. Oh my god. Guys, if you're hanging out, thank you so much for hanging out, guys. We just played Vincent Baker, his game called Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. It's $5 here.
I'm glad we had an after credits stinger in
this
the
game. I know you only saw like one thing of this game, but if you want to play a game that has a bunch of little tiny mini games in it, where you kind of just you can have like conversations over dinner, you can duel people, you can have giant firefights and like massive war conflicts. The
best part is that if you don't like any of these parts, you don't have to do them.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of my favorite games now, and like I've literally played over like 40 something systems over the past year, and this is easily one of my favorites. This is hot. This is some real fire. This is a real game right here. This is some fun.
This story is gonna get a season 2.
Yeah,
some prime Gundam.
Yeah. God, I mean, everything we were talking about right when you guys showed up here, like we were kind of like decompressing a little bit about this game. It's fucking amazing.
Watch the VODs. If you like the after credits thing,
really
watch
weird.
the VODs.
Yeah, like it's really weird. This is a game that doesn't really have any mechanics other than, you have to read prompts and then prompt people with other prompts and like words being like
it's very narrative.
Yeah, it's just extremely narrative.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, and you occasionally flip a coin to help resolve things, but it's very much because leveling up doesn't matter in this game. What your like power level of your mech doesn't actually matter. What matters is how it makes you feel when you're fighting your rival on the battlefield and you are not good enough yet, right? Like that is what matters, and that is what this game punches you like every time with, right? That is the moment of being like, oh my god, like I will get this person, or like, oh man, the person I fell in love with is my enemy, kind of thing, right? Like the tagline for this game is literally fight with your friends, ally with your rivals, fall in love with your enemies, and it's mech anime. Like with that being said, like it's so good, it's just so good. Oh my god, this game is so good. If you ever wanted to play, fucking hit me up and stuff. We can do this thing. We can do this. I have slots available this month. I'm gonna be playing this game a lot in the future because it's so good. There's still one shots, no experience necessary. Everyone will be happy to help you get things squared away. Yeah, shit, guys, this is just insane. I don't know. I'm so like full of emotions after playing this game tonight because it's just been so good.
Yeah, so good.
Dr. Rectors does the best stingers.
I have the best sting. Everyone talks about my stingers.
I got binders full of stingers.
I know. I'm seriously. I'm on cloud 9 right now. This is just so good.
It's real good.
Very rarely do you find a game where the rules for a scene are better than what you could come up with in your own head. Oftentimes, most people leave spaces in a lot of these kind of fictional games where you do a lot of like prep at the start, establishing like, oh, well, I'm best friends with this person's my rival at the start, and blah blah blah. This game doesn't do that. This game basically just gets you kind of started in playing, and through play you kind of learn and experience these things and kind of see where the game's going. And it does it in such a strong way with these prompts, with these skeletal prompts. Like what you're looking at the screen right now is just one of the 10 games, and this is literally the easiest game where it's like you pick your faction that you belong to, the noble houses, the landowners, or the revolution faction, and you just answer one of these questions, one of these 3 answers, and then you describe what that looks like on the screen, and that's it.
I really like the dance. Like some of the more intensely personal questions did not come up, but I feel like they would have if we'd had a dance later in the game, or if we'd had a second dance. Like
we didn't have the fucking we didn't play the makeout game,
right? Didn't even happen.
So I mean,
Yeah.
not to be the only person who has criticisms, but I noticed that the dance and the like stealing time together, like all of the romantic ones, none of them are a good intro to romance. You know what I mean? Like they like the dance questions that have romance in them presume an attraction already. They presume a romance already. There isn't a I mean, you could probably do it with either of the conversation ones, but there isn't a game that is like expressly this is how you start to develop romantic feelings for someone.
How can you mechanize developing romantic feelings?
How can you mechanize dancing? They did it. You gotta believe.
That's true. Well, they didn't.
I mean, there was definitely some strong flirt options there that you could use.
Yeah. It's like The Sims, man. It's like make a joke, laugh, hug, make a joke, hug,
like,
heart sign. Got it.
People.
That's how it works, right?
Right. So you do it. Yeah. So you start with like, I get in close. I whisper, "Nice fighting on the battlefield." What do you do or whatever, right? Like that.
No. The fucking way you do it is when you're fighting sword to sword, and then you're just like,
yeah, exactly.
And then you're
that's
like,
how you, yes.
But
that's how it works.
I can't mechanically win.
You do it on the battle.
I love you. Come to me.
Yeah, totally.
Get over here.
Adam is dying.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, let's cut to stealing some time together. And you're like, let's cut to that scene, and like, let's have that scene. Oh my god.
Just stop those mechs. You're good.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we're further away than we've ever been at the end of season 2. There's no way the romance can happen now.
Hashtag Doc the Mechs.
Yeah, this game has just been. Oh, this game's a dream come true, guys. This game is just a dream come true.
Dang, it's 12:30 already.
I need to go to bed.
Yeah, seriously.
Let's do some outros.
Let's just do some outros, fellas.
The takeaway is that, as ever, I'm the only one with a heart as black as coal that has any criticisms.
It's not that I don't have criticisms. I definitely do, but I disagree with your criticisms.
I disagree with your face.
Of course. That's some rude shit, but I understand.
Damn.
I get that.
That is the kind of really hard-hitting personal attack that I should have gone with in that conflict before.
Look, if I ever play Firebrands with anybody ever again, you ask me to insult somebody, you're going to get an insult. You're not going to get that mamby-pamby shit that you guys were like, oh,
Look,
your idea is good
give
too.
a flirting insult. Give me a break. It's hard.
So,
I'll blow it out of the water. You just give me carpe blanche to
Adam, Dark Lavender Void, tell us who you are.
Carpe blanche.
I'm literally nothing, but somehow I have a color.
All right, Wreckage. All right, Wreckage is dead as well.
Killed in action.
Kelsa, tell everyone who you are.
Hey guys, I'm Kelsa. I play games with like most of these people on a fairly regular basis, actually. In fact, I'm going to play with 2 of these people tomorrow in 2 different games, actually. If you want to know more about all of the games that I'm in, you can follow me here on Twitch. I'm twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. I now have an offline screen, which you currently cannot see because I'm hosting Eric, but soon. And then also you can follow me on Twitter @Kelsa, because I've been tweeting since Twitter began. So I'm just @Kelsa, and I tweet about all of these games when I'm about to go live, and usually beforehand. This was so much fun. Like I love playing on Once Upon a Game, and as much as I'm really looking forward to my new Friday night games over on AP Gaming Reels channel starting next week, Mouse Guard. You should all watch that. I love being able to play some crazy one-shots with these guys. So I'm also in a bunch of other games. Follow me to find out more.
Awesome. Sci-Fry, who are you?
Who are we?
Who are you?
Me?
Who are me?
Oh, who
are me?
Who am I? Well, first of all, I am
a Amnesia subplot.
Yes. You can follow me on Twitter at sci-fi with an underscore, switch.tv/sci-fi without an underscore. Follow my Twitter. Talk to me about Gundam because I love it. Guys, there's a Gundam out there for everyone. Help me find your Gundam.
I don't know that that's true.
We'll see. We will see.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a mech anime for everybody. That I'll say for sure.
Oh my god.
There may not be a Gundam for everybody. Did you know that there's a mech anime where the mechs sing at each other to win?
Yeah. Oh no, are you kidding me? That's a game?
It's not a game. There's a
Well, it will
mech
be a
anime.
game. It's a show.
Where
What's the anime? Because I need to watch it.
fly around, and then
Is it-
like instead of fighting, they get out on a stage with a microphone on their mech.
Oh
then
god.
they sing and they win.
So it's like it's like the
Is
Michael
it
Cera
Macross
movie.
F?
The movie.
It's like
think
that
it's
episode of
Macross.
Rick
no,
and Morty.
no,
Yeah.
it's the name of the comic is the graphic artist with the 7 evil X's.
That's
Scott Pilgrim versus
Yes, is it
World.
Scott Pilgrim like music battles?
No, it's
Oh.
much more like Japanese pop, sort of.
Okay.
Oh, see, I
Macross
thought it was going to be like
Frontier is
Scott
the name of the
Pilgrim
anime.
audio battles and like bard battles. I'd be totally about that. Okay.
Anyway,
Anyways, who are you?
I think
Wreckage?
Sci-Fi was still pimping himself.
Oh, yeah.
And I rudely.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter. Do it. Follow me on Twitter with sci-fi with an underscore. Follow me on Twitter.
Totally. And
There you go. There's my pimping.
all right, Wreckage. Who are you? And then to me.
Yeah. Then to you. Hi. Did you find the Carpe Blanche joke funny? You should follow me on Twitter at Dr. Wreckage. You will get not jokes on my Twitter, but retweets of all of the shows that I'm on where I tell it's constant. It's like a hot, fresh mixtape of jokes, great stingers. I'm the best. Follow me and you can see me in my shows. Would you like to see me play a serious character who doesn't tell jokes? Come back to this channel on Sunday, where I will probably murder AP Gaming Reel.
It's true. Yeah. All right, and I guess that's me. So hey, I'm Eric. I'm the host and facilitator of the show. I'm a streamer. I'm Eric Vulgaris on everything. This is Once Upon a Game. This is a one-shot story game show where we feature small indie games like Firebrands, as well as like Fiasco and other games that if you ever wanted to... This is the closest thing you can get to a GM drill, that you like a practice to GM, than just playing like a actual like full-on campaign of something. Like these games are super good. They're one-shots. Try stuff out and just have fun. Because they wrap up at the end of the session and you're done. It's always a good time. It's so cool to see all the different systems out there that let you tell all the most amazing stories in the world. And almost all of the games don't require you knowing the rules beforehand. You just play and learn along as you do it, and it's not any worse for wear or anything. It's super awesome. So I love doing this. I do a podcast, but if you want like a long-term game, I just started a podcast called Once Upon a Cast, and we're doing Stars Without Numbers, so it's like a space sci-fi game. And Dr. Wreckage is a player in that game, as well as some of my other people. So that's Once Upon a Cast. You can find that stuff below there.
I engage in much
and
more
then,
subtle
but
humor in
if
that
streams are your jam and that kind of stuff, I've been doing an ongoing Blades in the Dark game with Kelsa, as well as some other people, which is like Blades in the Dark is like Dishonored, like the world of Dishonored meets Peaky Blinders or The Wire. Like you're a thieves gang in that sort of like weird sea shanty Victorian, weird creepy ghost electricity kind of world. It's super fun. It's Never Sunny in Doskval because that's the name of the city that they're in. That's super fun. I love that game so much. What else is there? Oh no, the Discord invite is dead. Oh shit, let me fix that real quick. Anyways, and then Sundays I do Torchbearer in the afternoon with Stephen Lumpkin and Trista Ray and Andrew something. I don't know his last name, but I do that, and then I also do Burning Crowns, which is a Burning Wheel campaign. I do 2-a-days on that day, so definitely check that stuff out. I love that stuff so much. There we go, Discord. Yeah, so that's me. That's what I do. I do podcasts and role-playing games. So I love this shit. I love Bubbernaut. So thank you so much for the host, everybody. Thanks, Bubs. That's super nice of you. Thank you so much. And now I think I'm going to throw it over to Caitlin, who's streaming Amnesia. So thank you guys.
Oh yeah,
Thank you
she
guys
did.
so much.
Train going.
See
I'm
you,
gonna keep
Space
this train
Cowboy.
going. Yeah, see you, Space Cowboys. Au revoir. Take care, everybody. See ya.
That was a Trigun stinger. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, why did you do a Trigun sticker when I did the Cowboy Bebop line? Like,
Because I got the best stingers.
That's the worst. Oh
good
man,
job. What a game. Always a pleasure.
good times, guys. That was
The best.
seriously great.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Is she really not streaming? Hold on, did I just miss her?
You might have.
Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
god, if I just missed her, that'd be one of the funniest things in the entire fucking world.
I mean, funny or sad?
Oh my god, if not.
Yeah.
Hi.
It'd be funny if it
Black
weren't
screen
so
again?
sad.
Come on, Eric, you gotta quit wasting those host commands. You only get 3 every hour.
Fucking wasted the host.
Yeah, with your legion of millions of followers, you make or break the next generation of streamers.
Well, whatever.
I like how we rolled 3 dice in that game.
Yeah.
It
And,
says she's live.
and it wouldn't even have been rolling dice in real life.
No,
it would
it
have been
doesn't-
flipping
I
coins.
went over to her
but-
channel. It says she's live.
I
It's so
know,
much
but it's
worse.
also hosting. Oh, wait, there we go.
Metal Gear Solid 2 Ride.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like it would have felt
Sucks.
worse if we were actually
He's still
flipping
really
a
good.
coin.
He sucks, but he's still
Yeah,
really good.
it's
Somebody
slightly
says
worse.
Metal Gear Solid 4 Ride.
Just because of the bad luck. that
I
was-
did like how
Oh,
the faceless.
okay.
It feels like it always goes on the opposite
Alright.
side. Like if you're holding it like this in its heads.
I did like that the chase had a resolution mechanic like that because I felt the free for all was very much like yes, but and yes, but yes, but you know, like
Seriously, couldn't
No,
believe
she's
that.
playing a
Like
playlist.
Anyways,
Hmm.
I really like Raiden
Isn't that,
a
like,
lot.
not
I just
okay?
want
That's like when you, yeah, the playlist thing is like,
but not too much.
You can
I don't
just
want to think about the sad
broadcast
parts
your
of Metal Gear Solid
VODs.
4, which is like the entire
I mean,
thing.
it's like a
Seriously.
thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Rising.
I
after
should
play
just do
Peace
that. I
Walker.
should just get
I
all
just
of
gotta-
your
I'm doing them
VODs, which is
in
probably
chrono-
illegal for me to
release-
do, but
not
restream it on my
chronological
Twitch because
order
I
of the
show up in
stories,
it
but
and be
in
like,
chronological
it's
release
the Dr.
order of the
Wreckage channel.
games.
It's the Dr. Wreckage show where he commentates over the game season.
Okay.
Oh my god, that would be
So,
hilarious.
Look, oh my god, I'm about to tell the best joke.
Guys, listen.
So freaking long. I've been waiting to do this.
See, like, you do the same thing that you guys
Alright.
did for that for the movie, except for actual plays of games you're in.
I thought it was